Hey up me ducks, it's Simon here, 5 o'clock. There we go. I'm on time today. Let me just pop open the chat though so I can see everybody. And am I in the shot? On my phone, half my face is missing. But let's see how that looks on iPad. There we are, that will do. Oh, how are we doing, everyone? This is my 10 a.m. pick-me-up, says Merrick. Wow, 10 a.m. to have that day back again. It's another glorious day in the UK. It's really lovely. But let's give everybody a hello who's here, because there's a lot of people in chatting. We've got Luna, Patrice, Emily, Wiccan, Melissa, Moondancer, Bersadie, Wisteria, Donna, hello Donna, Trisha, Vicky, Green-Eyed, Tarot, hello, Sandra, and Thought Thingy, Kristen, and who else? Naomi, hello Naomi. I'm trying to think of people I've not already said. Raven Song, Donna, different Donna, Aquarius Owl, Linda, Rach. Hello, Rach. I was just checking to see if he was a Rach that I knew for a minute, but Merrick, Jen. Good morning, Jen, whatever hour of the morning this is. But it's lovely for you to join us. Kristen, Robin's here. I'm looking for your two other arms, Simon. They're behind me at the moment. Robin. Adam, hiya. Hello, there's my mate Adam. Good to see you. Expanded Awareness, Moondancer, Anne's. Wow, so many people here, almost 50 people here already. Elwasson, Myra. Oh, coming out of the lurker closet today. So we've got Calliope. Hey everyone, coming out the lurker closet today. I don't know, maybe losing an eBay bid war for the Tarot of the Crone today made me seek some understanding company. Well, welcome, and I'm glad you've come out of lurker zone or lurker closet, because yeah, you're amongst friends, and whilst it's still nice to get the support and see all the people in that are there supporting and watching, it's nice when people get to say hello and you get a welcome from everybody. Oh, and Dan's here, my friend Dan as well. I'm here. How you doing? Are you calmed down now from your shopping experience? Annie, Mike, Lily Bunny Hop, what a nice name. Witch Capades, Silky Moonstone, Patsy, hello Patsy, The Witching Hour, James, I could go on and on, couldn't I? Afternoon. I think every other name now is repeating. So Dan says, there seems to be a problem with QuaranStream number 14. It freezes after 6 minutes. Somebody messaged me this morning saying they got 12 minutes in, it freezes. But I've gone into it and it's playing fine for me for some reason. So I don't know if anybody else has had issues with it. Say my name. Butterfly, hello Butterfly. Did I miss you? I'm sorry. Nicole, Florimel, Jennifer from Sea Willow. I think I'm catching up. The Crooks Nook. Essence 818, good to see you as well. Dan, I watched it back yesterday with no issues. Yeah, a couple of people have said, but I will just come out, refresh and go back in, because I checked and I was able to get all the way through. No, Simon, no more earworms unless you're giving me classic rock. Yeah. There was one, I've been watching Ozarks, talking of Donna, I've just finished season 2 this afternoon. I think I've watched 4 episodes today. And there was a song in there last night that was in my head all night and this morning, and now it's probably a good thing I can't recall what it was, but it's a classic one. But it's gone. So I'm not going to try and get it back either. It's a good thing it's gone. Ozark is getting ready to get even better. It's like, how much more can this family go through? Seriously. Oh, Simon, one day I want to have a collection as big as you. As big as me or as big as my collection. Oh, nice cup of coffee. Yeah, so there was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, so I'm sure Rupa won't mind because she's displayed it anyway. But Robin said about the arms. So the tarot card is done. Let me make sure it's bright enough down so you can see it. So the tarot card that Rupa's been doing is complete. What do you think to that? I'm absolutely blown away by it. I love it. So that's the Hermit card. She asked me a couple of years ago if I would allow her to paint me. I was like, it would be an honour, an absolute honour. So that's the card. And I really love it. I think she has caught the expression on my face quite well. I think she's done a really good job. But she's been keeping me updated all the way through the progress from like the first sketch, which doesn't really come out. Originally I was going to be eyes open, but it's just amazing. I'm just really, like I said in the post, really humbled and really honoured as well. I freaking love that card, so cool. Yeah, it's so much like, it is so much like. I need to turn the brightness up now. I can't see the comments because I turned it down so you could see the image. How do you feel about that lunar moth? I'm okay because it's a painting, isn't it? It's like, you know, it is what it is. It's not a photograph of one. And even though, you know, if there was a moth flapping around me now, I'd get to pieces. If I see a picture and it's a really close up of a moth, I get all sort of, and my palms get all sweaty. But a painting of them, that's why some oracle cards, I think, or tarot cards that depict them, if they're painted, they're not too bad. But if it looks really lifelike, I get a bit queasy. But it's not a real moth, so. And obviously, you know, it's all symbolic. I love that she even got all the tattoos right. The only thing is, she wanted to put her signature, obviously, in each portrait that she's done for the major arcana, but she didn't want to put it anywhere, so she tattooed it onto my arm just here, and it's a beautiful, beautiful signature. And I'm like, I have got a bit of a space there to fill up because I've got 3 on that arm. So even as your tattoos, yeah. I ordered Deviant Moon and a few other decks. Longer wait, time to arrive. Yeah, that is just awesome. Blows my mind. I'm glad everybody likes it. I'll make sure not to show my altar in the community then. I have one on my altar. What, a moth? Ugh. Yes, Simon, do it. When is the deck coming out and can we order one? Well, she's working her way through the major arcana at the moment, so I'd imagine a few years yet, but it's not only a tribute to you, but also to Patrick. Yeah, I guess. And you know, when I reached out to Patrick, because I wouldn't, take this off so you can see it, this was the first tattoo, and this is the Deviant Moon special, so I'm going to be showing some stuff that I've got. Some are quite rare, some of his artwork, as well as his decks and the different variations, books, etc. I got my blushing fool because of you this week. That's brilliant. Well done. I'm getting a blushing fool. Yeah, so the first tattoo I had done was this one. And that was because I saw it inside as I was going through his book, which is amazing, by the way. And I can't find the page. Probably I should have tagged it now. But as I was going through his designs, because I wanted one of his tattoos, I wanted a tattoo with his artwork. I also love that. I really love that. I contacted him and said, look, I'm thinking of having this done as a tattoo. Do I have your permission? Does the artist, the tattoo artist, have your permission? And he sent me an email back saying it would be an absolute honour. That little dude there, flying flying skull, is that one on my wrist, which I loved. Becca had the eye from there on her wrist when I went to meet her in Oxford. We went together. I can't find which page it's on now. I think it's further back than this, but anyway, I contacted him and he said, yeah, it would be an absolute honour. And then I sent him a picture of it completed and sent him the video because I filmed having it done. And he was like, can I share this? I was like, of course you can. It's your artwork. But he's such a humble guy anyway, isn't he? Could you please show the cover of the book, please? I'm going to talk about the book. So I'm just trying to see. If I can't find it after a quick flip through, then will not worry. You know what it looks like anyway. But yeah. No, can't find it now. But it's in here. So I was really, really touched. So, yes. But I suppose firstly, before we talk about the Deviant Moon book, and there's the cover, this is a huge £5 in weight book. And I would just, and it's beautiful, the embossing and everything on it. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous book. I've got decks on the brain. It's lovely. And even like the cut out bits here, they're raised. It's really gorgeous. And it's by US Games. But I recommend anybody who buys the Deviant Moon Tarot deck to get this book. It's worth it. And it just, especially when people have said to me, oh, do you know, I've had the Deviant Moon for a while and I can't really connect with it. When you read through this book and you hear about Patrick's early years, his early illustrations, and how they came to life, the years that he took to create the artwork and the history behind them, it's just absolutely fantastic. And how, you know, the death card first started out and all that sort of stuff. It's really great. There's a picture he drew at the age of 8 in 1975. So it's just fantastic. But I wanted to read, and I've read this before, because this, in the book, it's right at the beginning, and it's under the chapter Confronting Nightmares. And Patrick says, on first impressions, the Deviant Moon Tarot may appear to some as a dark deck. However, in the following pages, you will find that this is hardly the case. This is a deck about self-empowerment. The Deviant Moon merely asks you to face your fears. If some of the cards frighten you, it may be because you have a predisposed negative association in your mind to some aspect of the imagery. Know that you have the power to dissolve the shadows that haunt you whenever you choose. And that's so true, you know. It's like, if there is something in this book that you just think, oh, that image, then we just need to explore, don't we? Why is it that I've got such a reaction to this image? So it's a fantastic book. I saw a question flash by. Simon, can you read a sample of the book to share quality of the information, please? Well, hopefully you sent that before I just shared that bit. You do have to be careful reading from books online as well, because, you know, copyright laws and things like that. So that's a very small section from it, but it just kind of sets the tone, really. But it's a companion book, because it has, you know, about the card, the upright meanings, the reverse meanings, but then it gives you like where he got inspiration from for the real tower. and things like that. So it's fantastic. It's a fantastic book. He's just released, in the last week, his PDF for the Trionfi della Luna, which is wonderful. And as soon as the printers are open, I'm going to have this made into an actual booklet, because I want to for the Trionfi della Luna. And you can also download the Abandoned Oracle PDF as well. Shadow work I'm using this time to explore my shadow side. Perfect opportunity, isn't it? A perfect time to do that, yeah. Where are we? Oh, he's challenging me. So let's have a look at some of the stuff. So before the borderless, obviously there was the Deviant Moon Tarot. Now this Deviant Moon Tarot comes in a box. It has a spreadsheet that folds out like so. Now this particular version that I've got, the box is empty, because this is the one that I showed the other day, which I keep here, which I trimmed. So this is a bordered version that I trimmed down to make borderless. I've got obviously the bordered version, which I showed only yesterday. So a lot of the things that I've talked about recently I won't be showing, like the playing cards, because I just did the playing cards collection last week. But you know, this is the bordered version that I showed yesterday that I went over in gold after it was done in black. But then I bought another version of it, which I bought directly from Patrick, and this I think was called the Witcher's Edition, because he put a lot of extra stuff in here as well. So the pull out here, I think I'm right in saying, yeah, he signed and dated it. So it's got his signature and it says 2018. So I got that a couple of years ago. And even little things like inside you get the cards, and this is the bordered version. He drew the little moon and sun eclipse with the wings, and he signed the box. And these are what they look like untrimmed. And it's a lovely chunky deck. The backs are paler than on the bordered. So that's what they look like trimmed. But I just love the little extras. It was such a delight when you open it up. And even on the tabs, look, he's put little pentacles. So it's that attention to detail. And it was called the Witcher's Edition because it's not just that he signs the boxes and he signed the sheet. He also put in extra pieces of artwork. And I mean, look at this. It's that lush matte card, really gorgeous. So this one's from the Seven of Pentacles, but the difference between that, so if I show you the Seven of Pentacles from the Deviant Moon, they're not going to be in order though because I use this deck a lot. Look out. If you need to catch my attention, guys, as well, just pop it in capitals for me. Here we go. And I wish there was this version here available, because obviously the Deviant Moon version has these kind of brown, bronzy coloured tones compared to this art card version. And then that's called The Little Witch, and again, he signed and dated it 2018. And so that was one art card that you get when you buy directly from him. Love that image. Yeah, it's a gorgeous image. I like the blue better. And then what else? This one, which it turned out to be a year or so later. This is Wrapped Witches, which appeared in his Oracle, Black Enchantment. Oh, and this one, look at that. Don't you love that? And that's also signed 2018. And then I just collect things like, you know, when he did his pack, just the box he sent it in. When I opened the lid, it's just written on the inside and on the cardboard box. Thank you, Simon, Little Moon. But I keep all that sort of stuff because I'm a fan. And then he sent me that in the last thing that he sent me, which is really great. The shading in it, look. And this is a proper pencil that is just done on card. It's not a print. And he did that back in 2015. And he just popped it in a box for me, which was just so lovely. So that's the Deviant Moon. And the artwork. Oh, and other pieces of artwork that I've put in my tarot journal. Oh, and if Elaine's here, I don't know if Elaine's here or not, she did a tag about journals. I've only got this one, but it's amazing. And it was done by a friend of mine. It's got a write-up here for the Hermit. But there's a lot of Patrick's extra little bits as well. That's something he drew and sent. And then his Witches box, it's got a little tear there because that was where the glue was. Also I'd have framed this. But that's what he drew on the brown paper, the brown paper that covered the box. And then of course all the different Trionfi della Luna wrappers, including the Paradoxical, which I haven't attached yet. So yeah, I just love his, I love his stuff. Oh, why is my Siri coming on then? Am I still connected? I'm frozen on screen. Yes, I am. Hi, Elaine Murphy. Oh, Elaine is here. So there's my journal, Elaine. I only have the one currently. I did get one for Dan's series. He's doing his Baby Witches series. I've got a beautiful journal for that, but it's not to hand at the moment. Oh, and then these are the Trionfi della Lunas, which I've already shown, so I'm not going to show all them, but the latest one I got was the Paradoxical Rose, which is gorgeous. Hi, Nancy. And then I've got the regular Paradoxical, which is beautiful. And then the Trionfi that was released in 3 different languages. So the original one was the Italian Trionfi della Luna. Then he released the French version, which is Triomphe de la Lune, which I thought was great. The only thing is, I heard then he was releasing an English title. So I thought, well, you've got Trionfi della Luna for Italian, Triomphes de la Lune for French. It's going to be Triumph over the Moon, or Triumph, you know, something that was English, but it wasn't. It went back to Trionfi della Luna English, which I was like, oh, I wish you'd used the English title. Then we would have had the 3, but I used the English title one more than the others. There will be something coming out this week for Baby Witching. That's good to hear. Jamie Kelly, I just ordered the book. I really want to know the backstory and such. Yeah, it goes right back to his childhood and everything. It's a wonderful book. I've read it twice. I've read it twice. I just love it. Pink is beautiful. So what I won't show, because I showed them last week, is the playing cards. So he's got the Royal Mischief playing cards, and this one in the two-part box is the mass-produced one, which has more illustrations on the pip cards. And then what we got here, I think this might be the Inkwell. Yes, so this is Whispers from the Inkwell, which is long out of print now. But look at his designs, and I love this. And it's kind of like the first Oracle, but they're more like art cards than anything. But you could just see the characters, you know, because he's got thousands of different illustrations. He's always drawing and always doodling. And when I interviewed him, he said, you know, it's like there will be other decks in the future, because he's just got, you know, hundreds of these doodles. I can't remember the year that this came out, but it was long before I was in the community and even aware of his work. But it is so cool. And look at this. You know, you just think, would this have been a Queen of Wands? This little guy. And the backs are all different as well. I wonder if they perhaps form a big puzzle, because he does that a lot, doesn't he? He did it with the little pocket oracle when it first came out. This is quite bizarre. Oh my God, I love these. I know, they're amazing. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is as well. With the moon in the background. It's just really lovely. Gorgeous card. Now here's one, look, who became the Madwoman. So years before, she appeared in this Tales from the Inkwell, Whispers from the Inkwell, and then she became the Madwoman in the Abandoned Oracle. The more bizarre, the better. And this one's got words on it. So, some enjoyed the day more than others. Naomi says, I love the Madwoman. I sort of look like that at the moment. Oh, look at that. The end of the peaceful days. Do you know what sort of markers he uses? I don't, I mean, in the interview, and I'll try and link, if I remember, I always say this and then forget. If I remember, I'll put the link to the interview in this, because I asked him about his different, and he uses different stuff. So he uses lots of ink, and he was saying, you know, that's what he really enjoyed, the contrast between Trionfi della Luna and Deviant Moon, because a lot of the art that he did was then, you know, computer generated, if that's the right word. It's not, but, you know, computer manipulated and stuff for the Deviant Moon. And he really liked the more free ink work of Trionfi della Luna. The spirit girl came down from the sky and reminded the demon not to speak so freely. Even the birds abandoned me. And the art styles are very different from card to card. You've got these two, which are quite different. So this is a wonderful little deck. It's Whispers from the Inkwell. You can get them on eBay, but they go for a lot. And he put here, I consider my sketchbooks to be my playground for the imagination. Inside, there are no rules and creative ideas flow free. The following ink drawings were spontaneous and improvised on the spot. Many will likely become characters in some yet unknown future project. Thank you for supporting my art. I hope you enjoy these visions as much as I did creating them. And that's true. You know, you see early works like the Bound Witches one that later appeared in these. So Oracle of Black Enchantment came out as well with a Blood edition. Now these are really large art cards. They came out a couple of years ago. Part of the Mildred Payne series, and they're in landscape. These beautiful, beautiful backs. And they're just wonderful. In fact, where have I just put, I'll show you an example. So here we go. This was Wrapped Witches, which was sent when I ordered the Witch's edition of the Deviant Moon bordered, and this is what it became as part of the Oracle. So there's that. What else? And then there was the Blood edition, which I showed yesterday when I showed about edging in red. But for those of you who weren't here yesterday, same artwork, but in this red and black, which is really great. The Oracle of Black Enchantment took me way out of my comfort zone. Hi, Jackie. I would have liked the Blood edition. Isn't it available anymore? I prefer the original one. I like them both equally. I really do like them both equally. I have the original, but not the Blood one, says Becca. Oh, hi, Becca. Just chatting like you were there, and I don't know how long you've been there for, but hello. How are we doing for time? So let's have a look what else. So, also, this was a gift from Sandra, which is the very first Trionfi della Luna, and it was wrapped like the old tarot decks used to be. In fact, it's still even stuck that end. But Sandra gifted this to me when we first met up in London in 2018. And it's a majors only, because that's what the Trionfi della Luna was. So even though I say, you know, I've got the 5 copies of Trionfi della Luna, I've got something stuck there that was bugging me, corner of my eye. It was a majors only deck originally. And this deck is just fantastic, isn't it? It's just amazing. And I think it says on here, Trionfi della Luna is the medieval styled cousin to the Deviant Moon. Its creation was based on old historical decks as well as 19th century satirical illustrations, and it's 2014, so it's 6 years old now, but it was the very first. I like your pendant. Thank you. Jessie made this for me, Jessie Driscoll, which is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I love it too. So yes, that was a much, you know, a much treasured and very kind gesture from Sandra. The Abandoned Oracle is the Oracle that came out last year. I think Robin's in the room. I think he said this was his favourite ever Oracle. It's one that I edged in black. Let me take the title cards out. It has these fantastic backs to them. And look at her. She reminds me of Madonna. And it's a he, the Swami, but just looks like Madonna. Don't know if anybody else can see it, but it's a fantastic Oracle deck. Absolute Valenza favourite. It is a wonderful deck. Recognise some of the characters from the Inkwell. And as I mentioned, you know, the Mad Woman appears here. So she appears in this deck now as the Mad Woman. But yeah, it's just such a great Oracle deck. Look at that. Hush. Very creepy. Tears. What an incredible artist. And there's the Mad Woman again in the shadow, which is great. I was on the page yesterday and the Oracle not available, but says a new printing coming. Wow. I wonder if he'll do like a paradoxical. He tends to like to do paradoxical type decks. And then the other thing, which is part of my collection that I love, is the Carte de Visite, which are cabinet cards. I love these. So it's got a picture of the asylum on the back, and it says Carte de Visite, discovered by chance in the asylum attic. We are happy to bring you this collection of disturbing photographs. And I think this is kind of what gave him the inspiration for Mildred. That idea of discovering things in attics and cellars and behind fake walls and things like that. But these are old vintage photographs that are really disturbing, and then there is some handwritten message on the back of each one. So this says, suave Uncle Monty had a way with fresh young corpses. But look at their eyes and faces, it's just brilliant. Professor von Skelet inspires his class with another useful lesson. And there was one, I mean, look at this. This is Bedlam Portrait Studios. Look at that. And on the back it says, the Payne sisters had talent to match their beauty. They're absolutely great. Bedlam Portrait Studios is where they've come from. Violet takes dear Uncle Jack for a ride around the park. And there's Uncle Jack. There was one about with a block of flats. I like this one as well, The Widow. The Widow is pretty cool. And it says, rumour said her husband's drowning was no accident. Oh, look at this one. Again, it's like the shadow that's in the Mad Woman card, isn't it? In the shadow card with the Mad Woman in the Oracle deck. It's really creepy. And it said, Daddy assured me that monsters weren't real, but I was never convinced. Oh, and look how creepy that is. Nettie's dark secret haunted her throughout her life. Oh, this is the one that, yeah, really sticks to mind with this building behind and this demon in front. And it said the landlord comes to collect his rent. So they're great. They're Cartes de Visite cabinet cards. I think they're still available. But they've been out a few years now. And then the last thing in my Deviant Moon collection, what time are we on? 22. We're doing all right. I've got this little box, which I love. And inside here is everything to do with Mildred Payne's pocket oracle. Kelly made me a little doody pouch for it. And then I've got in here things like my Raven and Crow wand, and then I've got a piece of selenite because it's the Deviant Moon. I've got some moonstone, Mildred's letters, and all the different parchments with all the kind of descriptions and interpretations on. But so the pocket oracle came first, which was back end of 2017, I want to say. And then he kept releasing more and more. And I think there's 80 something now in total. But they are really, really diddy. But really thick deck. I edged mine in black. They were puzzles on the back. But then as you got the later edition, we got the standard backs for them. But these are wonderful. They're like little tiles. They're very tiny, much smaller than Lenormand. It's really diddy. And then he then brought out a paradoxical version, which is in blue. And I edged them in blue as well. Oops, I'm going to drop them. So, try and show you show you a couple of them. So we've got like crow, and these light up under black light. There's the devil. And then he brought out the oracle size version, which I actually prefer because with having really big hands, and I do need to get a little Kelly bag when she's making them again to fit with that. Let's pop these away, or they're going to end up going everywhere. Mildred Payne is my favourite, says Jennifer. Just got the deluxe edition. Yeah. I only had the 69 cards that makes the Ouija board back. Yeah, so then when he brought this out, which is his latest offering, and we've got some Mildred some Mildred pictures and things in there. Oops. They're bigger. These are more kind of poker size, like playing card size. But I love them. But for me, they're easier to handle. There's Becca's eye for her tattoo. Yeah. So that's it. That's everything that I've got of his. 87, it's Volcano. Oh, look at the cat. I love the colour as well. There's like little, it's very aged, but you've got like blood splats and things like that on it, which is wonderful. And there's your owl, Becca, which is 72. So you might not have got that one if you stopped at 69. So yeah. What are you all talking about? I kind of wish he hadn't numbered them. Oh, really? I like the fact that they're numbered. It's easier when you go to your parchment paper to try and find it with them being numbered. Oh, I'm forgetting the art cards. Put them back in there. So that's my Deviant Moon collection. And I love it. And there's, like I said, there's a whole cubby here, a cubby whole section dedicated to that. Put that back in. It's really nice having like a little box of all Mildred Payne stuff. Hi, Kristin. That's all right. I've just finished. I've just been talking about Deviant Moon and the stuff that I've got. Which do you prefer, the trimmed bordered or the borderless? The borderless. I mean, the trimmed bordered it's all right. And it's quite a nice size. And I did a really good job, if I do say so myself. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. It's pretty flat. I took my time with it. But I don't know, I think with the, do you remember this, Becca? My tattoo, your tattoo. I think with this version, you know, you just get more image on the bordered, on the borderless, sorry, than you do here. So, but you know, it depends. Again, I've got big hands, so these are really large cards, but I like them. I like them for that. But both are nice, and I've kind of got, you know, borderless, a bordered one, and then one that's been trimmed, which is a smaller one. If you had to choose, which of your Patrick decks would be your one and only? Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be made to choose. I suppose Deviant Moon, just because that was my first. But I don't think I could live without a Trionfi della Luna. But then I couldn't live without a... let me spin the middle. That's been changed round. I did that yesterday, didn't I? That's better. Yeah, so I don't know if I could change. Oh, that's my oven. All right, guys, so I've been on 45 minutes. Anything else that... I do like the box that you had there, Simon. I'm a devil for boxes to keep my bits and bobs in. You can't beat a nice box, can you? And that was one that was like £2 from the works, you know, the unfinished boxes. And all I did was stain it myself. And with these rivets and everything in it, it looks really the part, doesn't it? But it was literally £2. And then I stained it. So, yeah, I like how it turned out. I too have a box addiction. I bet many of us in this community have got box addictions. Simon's head. Simon's head. Deviant Moon Bordered Edition was the first deck I ever trimmed. I spilled coffee that had got the edges. Oh, so you had to do it. It was kind of a forced trimming that you had to perform. I've just had my, you know, my stepdad makes all these shelvings and everything that I've got, and he made always made all sorts, hasn't he? I've shown lots of things. He made the shelving for me, little arcana ornaments. He made the bit where I've got all my 5 Kelly bag decks in and all that. I've asked him to make me a card stand. I asked him last night, I said, would you make one enough to stand 3 cards in, and a little place in front to put some crystals? And he's done it already. He must have been really bored today, because he said, what do you think to this? And he's done a really good job. So I'm really looking forward to it. What's your favourite non-tarot method of divination? Non-tarot favourite method? At the moment, Ogham. I'm really enjoying working with the Ogham. We're doing a study each week in the Hermit's Cave. I only work with the 20 original Ogham, so it'll be coming to an end soon in a few weeks. But yeah, I'm really enjoying working with my Ogham staves. I do like runes, and I've got some witches runes as well that I've had a while that are crystal, and then I've ordered some wooden ones because I really like wooden ones. They were ordered weeks ago from Etsy though, but I suppose everything's delayed at the moment. Do you remember where you got the good goddess statue with the ball in her lap behind the rabbit? Yes, she's from Nottingham. Well, I bought it in Nottingham, but I've seen it in other places. But I bought it from the Mystic Moon, which is our nearest witchy shop in a little town called Sherwood. I think they're doing mail order at the moment, and they do that size and a smaller size as well. Where did you get your witch's runes? What, the wooden ones, or... I can tell you, let me just come off chat. I can't see chat for a moment. If I go to my orders, if I've saved it, please tell me I saved it. Let's make playing cards. Oh, I can't find it. Bubba store, I want that far back. No, I can't find it. Because when you want to find something, you can't, can you? But if you message me, Dory, afterwards, private message me, I'll find the information out for you. Oh, I'm getting worse at shuffling, I tell you. See what I mean? Oh, oh yeah, sorry, it was paused. All right, so a card for the next 24 hours. Oh, it's a beautiful card, but we've got drifting. Drifting. I suppose many of us are feeling at the moment that we're not in control and that we're just being carried along. But I suppose when we think of drifting, we can look at it in two different ways, can't we? How wonderful is it sometimes to bring the oars inside your boat and just go with the natural flow of the river, taking in the beauty that's all around us, you know, allowing ourselves to drift. You know, it doesn't always have to be something that we have to see as a negative. And often, you know, when I first pulled this card and I saw drifting, I thought, oh, it's a little, that sounds really sad. You know, I feel like I'm just drifting. Or you hear of people, they're just drifters. But, you know, we just have to, again, reframe. And if we're drifting and it's out of our control, then sit back and look at this opportunity that we've got to kind of just take in the world around us and what's happening and enjoy the ride. Don't fight against it. Don't try and, you know, sail up against the current. Go with the flow more. I think we spend so much time worrying about where our boat might end up or what direction it's going to take us in that we don't actually enjoy the ride that we're on, the journey that we're on, and what's happening all around us. So if we feel like we're drifting at the moment, then see it as a time of rest. Bring those oars in, don't fight against it, and just enjoy the moment and go with the flow, but enjoy the beauty that that's providing and the peace and the serenity that's providing for all of us. I want the angel one. Don't fight the current. Exactly, Robin. Don't fight the current. Go with the flow. It is a beautiful card. All of these cards are so stunning. I love it, love it. All right, so tomorrow, excuse me, there won't be a QuaranStream because it's Throwback Thursday already. Can you believe it? The Japaridze won the vote this week. So that's what I'll be showing tomorrow. 8 p.m, no, 8:05 after the clap. And that's what I'll be showing tomorrow. So again, it's just so lovely to get such a huge turnout as well of people in the chat. So thank you to everybody that's come and supported and contributed. Enjoy the rest of your day and evening or wherever you are. And I'll see you tomorrow. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.